We had a lot of fun. I'm glad. What was the most fun thing about the alpha, would you say? I think the next alpha also is going to be really fun. So we got some cool things coming.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's been exciting to see everyone having fun in this alpha, and then behind the scenes for the last few weeks, we've been completely focused on Alpha 3 and some of the big changes that are coming from Alpha 2 to Alpha 3, and I'm already like way excited just like playing these early Alpha 3 builds that I can't wait to see what all of you guys are gonna think when we get to Alpha 3.
And shout out to the community, by the way, which is getting props for the most fun thing, aka the only thing we did not contribute. But that's kind of the spirit of Bitcraft, right? Is to create a world where you're building and creating with other players. That's kind of the idea. So we provide the scaffolding.
I see Gone to the Arcade 42 says, how different is the next alpha going to be compared to Alpha 1 and 2? I would say, I mean, obviously there's Alpha 1. Alpha 2, the main big difference was introducing the Empire scale, which was long anticipated and had been something we were trying to get into the game for a long time. That was the big change, but we didn't have a ton of stuff affecting the character and settlement scale.
That and the fact that the server actually worked in Alpha 2. So.
Yes, that's a great point as well. The big thing that's coming with Alpha 3 is like large changes to the character and settlement scale. I think it's probably a lot of stuff that people are anticipating after Alpha 1 that we are just like, our production timelines are a little bit ahead. So the stuff that a lot of the stuff that we got as insights from Alpha 1 is coming now in Alpha 3, especially at the character and settlement scale. And so I would say, to summarize the changes, it's basically disentangling the progression of the character and settlement scale, introducing a lot more adversity and skill expression into the world, in terms of like threats and defending settlements and more survival mechanics, but also having a clear character progression of like how you build your character that's not just directly tied to leveling up a town, and making it a totally viable way to play the game for the majority of players to not even have a town, just be
a big update.
Yeah, so sounds like a lot of stuff, and so far the way it's like manifesting in the development builds, it's playing really well. I would say the team is like really happy with the direction it's going so far, so I'm excited to see how that continues, and really excited for everyone to be able to play it in the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be rad. Let's get a little survival into our survival crafting MMO. Sounds fun. Sounds more exciting in some regards. But it also, I'll note that like adversity in the wilderness makes the wilderness feel wild, and it makes your settlement feel much more cozy, right? Because the big bads can't get you there. So that should be fun. Do you want to take us around the game world a little bit, Carter?
Sure. Yeah, I think if we want to transition over to the screen share. Oh yeah, we've already got it. Okay. And then the other thing I just want to pull up here, I have some notes. I have to say I'm very impressed with everyone with the level of work that some of the groups put into the Empire Blitz event. I took a look before we announced that was starting and looked at kind of the status of many of the empires. And I think there was only one empire that was meaningfully over like 100 or so territory. And now we've got at least like 10 that are all over 100 and several in the like few hundred, which is pretty impressive to see. I'm definitely curious what people's feelings were around the changes. If we feel like, obviously the main thing that changed was the reducing the supply amount of the Hexite capsules. I think having empires be this kind of fast pace is maybe like too quick and too crazy, but maybe that was a little bit too difficult in the first place, and so there's been some good insights from doing this test as far as like how we balance that for the future. But really cool to see like even just all the groups morale and kind of rallying of the troops to like really push on this event. It's been really awesome to see. I honestly didn't expect how big some of these empires would get in just a few days.
Earth empires, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically Earth empires. That's a great way of putting it.
I'm kind of curious to the players. Obviously, this is not really a super high priority, but in the future, we'd like Empire territory to be per tile rather than per chunk. curious to know what people's thoughts are on that. Is that something that would get you like super hyped? Or do you want other cool things like banners and custom emblems and things like that? Although now I realize I've asked 2 questions, chat will will say yes, and I won't know what they're talking about.
Cool. So I think, I guess maybe behind the scenes, Alessandro, if you'd be able to pull an updated list of the Empire leaderboard would be great, but I'll go off of the one that we pulled an hour or 2 ago. I'm guessing this hasn't shifted based on the disparity we see here, but it looks like in first place for the Empire Blitz by far is the Whispering Wastes, which laid claim to the entire desert,
wow,
as we can see over here. I actually wasn't super familiar with this empire until we started planning this event, and I noticed that they had just quietly claimed the entire desert as part of their empire. Yeah, not just the desert. Before we started the event, it was just the desert, but since the event, they've basically locked in this entire archipelago of islands up here, which is very impressive. And I think it just goes to show you that you can have some empires which control less territory that are maybe in a more influential area, but there's going to be huge, just open areas of the wilderness that are ripe for the taking if you don't mind kind of exploring out to these uncharted areas. And that might be a great opportunity to like capture a ton of territory. And so, yeah, very cool to see, and definitely props to them. We'll go maybe check out their capital. It looks like their capital city here has a population of only 9, which is quite impressive. All right.
I mean, it's pretty cool. So like, it's obviously the Empires is also just a sketch of what we could do for this system, right? It was like what we could do in literally a month between Alpha 1 and Alpha 2, more or less. So many cool things you can do with this. First of all, amazing looking town.
Oh, perfect. I can even buy some teas while I'm here. Yeah, very cool town. I love this design with the farms here. This little like clover shape or kind of diagonal design. Very cool.
Got the chevrons.
I actually like these. The walls spaced every other tile creates like a cool effect too. That's interesting. It almost has this like boardwalk kind of effect right by the ocean. Very cool. And the use of the large buildings, and the raised empire area of the town is also a very cool touch. I really like the design of this. Is this the emperor? Let me check.
Where's the crown?
Let's see. I think we have to go over here to check. They're not the emperor, or they would have a crown, I believe. But we can view this empire. You can see who is the... Oh, so... Wait, Talbane. Oh, so they just don't have their crown equipped. This is the emperor. Oh, you know what? It actually could be. This is a very old
we're just not showing it?
No, he just toggled it on, actually.
Okay, yeah, no, I lied.
So congratulations on being the best emperor in Alpha 2. Talbane, great job.
That is actually pretty dope. Go ahead and get my talent. There's some fun things we've considered doing. I don't know if should I spoil it, Carter, about like the Emperor emotes that we could do.
I mean, you can speculate about what might come in the game. I won't stop you there.
All right. Well, it might be fun if an Emperor could have an emote that would make everybody near them turn and bow. That would be pretty fun. Maybe dependent on the radius of their the size of their empire, determines the radius of the bow. That could be kind of fun.
Cool. So it looks like the next biggest empire is Ducado de la Luz. So let's go check out where that is. And just, I guess, for context here, or for kind of scale here. The Whispering Wastes reached a size of 1524, which is, I think, almost triple second place. It's certainly more than double second place, which is quite impressive. So let's see if we can find. I'm actually not sure where this empire is.
Carter, do you think we'll ever have laws within empires? So sort of.
I think informally for sure. I think whether it becomes a formal mechanic, we'll have to, I guess, see. All right, looks to be this one here. They also had a similar strategy of going to the wilderness and taking over a large swath of uncontested territory, which I commend as a smart strategy. Forgive the slight jankiness of the admin teleporting. Is this actually the capital of this claim? Oh no, did I look at the wrong one?
Well, it looks on the map.
No, this is actually wrong. It's the red and blue. This is red and green, so this is actually the wrong one. Okay, here we go. This must be their satellite thing, given the naming. I see. This makes more sense. I didn't look closely enough. Now, this is what I expect a capital city to look like.
Yeah, that's wow. Now that's impressive.
Let's take a look here at this empire. They have 96 settlements. This must be backwards. 96 settlements and 1 watchtower. Obviously, they have more than 1 watchtower. I'll have to chalk that up as a bug. The Emperador is Bart 2, who may be here. Is right here. Congratulations, Bart 2, on your accomplishment as the second largest empire in Bitcraft in Alpha 2.
It's exciting. Congratulations. First of all, town.
Let's see. Look at the organization of this too. They've got all their tiered stuff all laid out in these chests and everything, and a nice kind of seaside town. Very cool. Awesome. Check out a few more. We've got a Weiwo. Not sure what the intended pronunciation of that is, but we'll have to see if we can find that one. Do we know where they are? Umbilica, Weiwo over here. Do we see their capital city?
So the other thing that I think we're missing a little bit is a way to see the world from afar, so you can get a sense of how big the empires are.
For sure. This is actually something that we're working on for Alpha 3. I think being able to zoom out much further, and also having, what we're adding is a way that it will logically kind of hide smaller stuff and show larger stuff. So if you zoomed out all the way, you're going to be seeing the highest tier settlements. And the capital cities of the empires is kind of the furthest zoom. And then as you zoom in more, you'll start to see watchtowers and smaller settlements, and then eventually the ancient ruins at a high level of zoom. But as you can see right now, if we zoom all the way out and we go to a more busy area here, all these icons and territory and whatever becomes completely unreadable. And the way this looks in kind of the new version is extremely more clean than this, which I think is going to be a huge improvement.
Big win, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but definitely I agree that being able to just see the world at a big distance, right now you definitely can't zoom out far enough. I think this is an artifact of the smaller worlds we've had in the past that we just haven't caught up with.
Yeah, but also it diminishes the empire aspect of the gameplay because you can't see your empire, right?
Definitely.
The whole point of it.
Definitely agree. And it's cool. The thing I appreciate here is we've gotten different empires in different
regions
biomes.
of the world.
Yeah, you end up getting these cool kind of different visuals. with the biomes based, or with the different towns depending on where you have them.
So, Karthsidon says, "Is there a list for which capitals y'all are visiting?" I've never seen the word "jarl." That's an interesting word.
Right now, we're going through the leaderboard of the biggest empires to just showcase the people who kind of won the Empire Blitz event. We might visit some other places later on the stream, but we're just going through those in order right now.
Yes, we've got a list.
We'll also post this leaderboard at the very end of Alpha 2, just to have like a final snapshot of the standings, because I think those people have earned their recognition. So congratulations, Swoom, on having the 3rd largest empire. And I definitely dig this this settlement design.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more, it's less kind of high tier with all the decorations, but the layout of it gives this kind of cool, like, wilderness kind of nature grove kind of feel with these 2 waterfalls and the little pond here. This is a very cool layout. Let's take a look. Yeah, this must be backwards. This 41 settlements, 1 watchtower is my guess. Nice. Awesome. And then next we have Umbilica. Which I believe was just to the east of here.
Tree Town was a popular request also. We'll get there, I think.
I believe Umbilica's capital... Is it Cordis here? Yeah, it must be. Tier 6. Holy moly.
Wow.
Now this is a city. We've got the, we'll start at the entrance here. So this must be the docks. And it looks like right now their home watchtower is in the process of being sieged by Chilling Place. Who is on the leaderboard here. I think probably sitting around 10th. So they're definitely putting up a good fight against the top contenders. Awesome. So let's take a look inside here. See a lot of high-ranking roles of Umbilica, as we see here. Also, lots of Empire foundries laid out around the town. Here's the question: is the claim in the center of there, or that's just a nice pile of trees? Let's see. Where is the claim totem? Oh, there we go. Take a look at the Empire here. Yeah, so we have the president, Kieran. So I'm not sure if Kieran's here. Let's see, Kieran. Maybe no.
I don't think so.
But congratulations, Kieran. I will bow to your totem in your stead. Congratulations on being the 4th largest empire.
Umbilica is a very dedicated group of players.
Yeah, and my understanding is they were kind of taking a laid-back approach later in the alpha, and then when they heard about the Empire Blitz event, they really rallied the troops to come back here. And I believe their empire was at 100 2 days ago, territory size, and now I believe it's around 300. So quite the expansion in the last few days.
Look at the outfits too. People have got some very high level and interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, and we can see just the member list here as well, seeing how substantial the size of this town is. And then next we have Ludens, which I believe is nearby here, actually. Ludens Main. Is this the capital of Ludens? It is. Tier 6 as well.
It's also interesting because I think one thing about empires is it's not always that the largest is location also matters, right? So location and economy too. That's kind of an interesting thing. So
definitely, I think it's a good point. Like, we're going through these in the order because that was kind of the spirit of the event of like who can capture the most territory. but realistically, the largest empire might not be the most influential or the most kind of important or sought after in the world. It might be the empire that controls the most valuable territory or the most civilized, kind of built up areas of the world. So I think it'll be really up for players to decide how they value and recognize different empires. Also, I appreciate the flex here of these people all walking around with Excite capsules on. Very interesting.
That is awesome.
And so let's take a look here. We've got Luden's Empire, and we've got the founder is Hex the Blacksmith. Got quite the contributions here. Lots of ongoing disputes as well. Yeah, quite impressive. And also another interesting town we got here. Another kind of dock area set up. People really like using these plank pavings for their things. And again, another use of these like single wall posts to kind of create that boardwalk effect. I actually really like that. I think that's a cool design.
Who's hyped for actual boardwalks? Like building actually into the ocean? Is that a thing you guys want?
I don't have chat open right now, but you can tell me what they're saying.
We've got, we could use some proper buildable piers, 100%. Yes, please, 100%. Yes. Yeah, we want ports. Yes, yes. Bridges, yes. Piers, please. Yes. Yes, please. Build an actual jetty. Yes, yes. Ocean, no rivers. Yes. Yes. Let me dig water channels very loudly. And also, yes, very loudly. Bridges and docks, yes. All right.
Well, we'll give a bow here for Hex the Blacksmith and all of Luden's for succeeding in building this empire. And then I think maybe we'll do one more, and then we'll go into the settlement side of things. This is where it'd be good, Alessandro, if you could confirm if this is still the ranking. Okay. So, let me take a look here.
I'm Real Now also says we had to get creative. What I do want to call out is you guys have been so much more creative than we even imagined. I remember was it the first alpha or was one of the pre-alphas? People made a giant table out of like little other crafting tables, which we had never even considered people would do. Like we were so focused on just the functionality of things. I don't think we gave enough heed to the aesthetic stuff, and that's something we're working on for sure.
Interesting. So I'm just trying to find here. The Whispering Waste is up in all sorts of places I did not even realize. We're looking for Borealis Remnants is the next ranking on the list. I'm not actually sure. I think actually it might be over here. I think that's... No. That's Pirates. France. Bison. We've already seen these. That's Luden's. Umbilica. Chilling Place. Luden's. Here's Borealis. Okay. So we're looking for green, yellow here. Can we find the capital? This looks like it might be it. No, this is... Oh yeah, Decoy's Forge.
Oh, Decoy's in the chat.
High General of Borealis. I wonder if that's their emperor. No, King High General is actually their third rank. We're looking for King Decoy 24. If they are around.
They're in the chat. So
they're in the Twitch chat.
Oh, they're right there.
Oh, there.
No. That's
this is them.
Okay.
King of Borealis. Congratulations, Decoy 24, on being the 6th largest empire in Bitcraft Alpha 2.
That's super cool.
Awesome. All right, so with that, I guess we'll maybe show off some other stuff later on the stream, but we've got the Q&A to get to, I believe.
We do. So I'll do a little bit of that. I've got to go then pop off stream for just a tiny bit, and I'll be back. But let's start with some Q&A. Good job to everybody. I think this is... The Empires worked better than we would have expected for just something that we threw in at sort of the last minute. It was supposed to be an Alpha 1, but we couldn't get it done. So we're like, all right, well, we'll make it into Alpha 2.
Awesome. I guess, you know, while this goes, we could think there was a big project being done. Yes, we can. Let me see here.
Tortuga. Should we take a pop over at Tortuga?
Yeah, it looks like the icons are a little bit messed up here. Let's take a look. I believe Tortuga is up here. No, Luden's main. It's actually up here further. Here we go. Yeah, so I think, let me see here. I believe, so in the kind of biggest claims, we already saw Luden's main in the Empire review. I think we saw Umbilica Cordis. We saw Aldea de la Luz. These were some of the top kind of empires that were also the top claims, but Tortuga was another claim that, although they didn't make it onto the top of the Empire leaderboard, they are one of the 3 tier 6 claims in the entire world. So quite the expansive town, as we can see here.
I love the boardwalk. The boardwalk is genius.
Yeah, this is an awesome setup. I love this. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but to me it looks like an axe. A little like mithril rune axe, maybe.
Could be a hammer. Probably Thor's hammer, maybe.
Oh yeah, Thor's hammer. That must be what it is. Mjolnir we've got here. Okay, beautiful. This is quite the decorated town. I love these
Has
these
Thor
roads.
seen this?
Great question.
You guys? Because
yeah, maybe feel free. Someone can clip this, send it to Thor, see what his legacy has been left in.
You got to show him Thor's hammer. I think he's gonna enjoy that.
Right, and then I believe Tortuga also has quite the elaborate farm setup over here. Pretty impressive. The one thing I will say is I know people definitely took advantage of these what we call spiderweb claims, where you're like leaving all these holes. This is something that has been changed but also rebalanced for Alpha 3. So your claims maintenance cost is gonna go up dramatically if you start making these like snaky spiderwebby claims. But at the same time, we've also